Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs, and today we are going to finish our Pansy diamond, and this is what we have so far. And I think I went over, we have 25 squares, we have 25 rows. So now we're going to start 26 and we're going to chain one and turn, and from 26 on we will always chain one and turn. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first two stitches. So those double crochets we are slip stitching in. And then the single, we're going to start our first square in there. And then we need one green. And then we're going over to our background color. And we need 4 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we are needing our medium blue. And as soon as I figure out where it is, oh, it's right here. This is it. Alright, we're going to need the medium blue. Switching over to that. And we are needing 3 of those. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Alright, now we need to switch over to our navy blue next. And we are needing 3 navy blue. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And now we're just going to, we need yellow next. So we're adding in our yellow. And we just need 1 here. And then we're going to switch over to the navy blue. And we need 1 navy blue. Now we're going to switch over to the medium blue again. And we need 5 medium blue. Alright, so there's 1. 2. 3, 4. And 5. And then we need our baby blue. Oh, that's right. We cut that off. And we're going to put the baby blue back in. And then our background blue. And we need 4 of those and a green, and that should finish up this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then switch over to the green. And this is the last stitch. Of the row. So we're going to finish that, and then we're going to slip stitch to this right here. And now we've just created 2 new corners. So we have a corner here and a corner here now. Okay, and also you have 24 squares. So now we're going to go, we went up by 1 square all the way to 25, and now we're going to go down by 1 square all the way back to 1. So, yeah, we'll be going down. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Well, first of all, let's get this. Let's mark this off. And then chain 1 and turn then. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. You will do this at the beginning of every row now until the diamond is finished. And then start your square in the 3rd stitch. And then we're going to over to our background color. And you need 4 background colors. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need our I'm going to pull this up, but we need to switch over to our medium blue next. But we're going to pull up this light blue for this level because we're going to need it the next time. Next row. So we need 4 of these. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to bring my green through. We need the green too. Goodness. So there is one. I am going to, wait a minute. Find this. Bring this back there. Alright, so we need 4 medium blues. So there's 2. Three. And 4. And now we need navy blue. And we need 2 of those. So there's 1. And 2. And now we're going to bring up our yellow. And we only need 1 yellow here. Alright, and then switching back over to our navy. And we need 4 navy blue now. So there's 1. Two. 3. And 4. Alright, and now we just need, let's see. Wait a minute. Sorry, I should have left that yellow behind. I don't want that yellow there. Alright, and here we go with our medium blue, and we need 2 of those. Yeah, 2 medium. And then we're switching over to our background color. And we should have 4 background color and a green, and that should finish off this row. Yeah, there's 3, and this is 4. And then we're going to switch over to the green and put the green in this last stitch right here. Alright, and slip stitch there. And that is row 27. So let's mark it off. Chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and then we'll start our square in the third, which we are starting with 1 green. And then we need to go to our background color, and we need 3 of those. So there's 1. Two. And 3. And then we're switching over to our medium blue. And we need 3 medium blue. Then we're going to switch over to our navy. And we need 2 navy, 2 yellow, and 2 navy. So there's 1. Two. Switch over to our yellow. There's 1. And 2. And now we're going to switch over to the navy blue. Again, and put 2 navy in. Oh goodness. Then we're supposed to go the light blue. But we are not going to need this navy anymore, so we can throw it back here. So let's see how this works out. This light blue is clear over here. Alright. It is one light blue here. And then we need to switch over to our medium blue. And we are needing 3 of those. 3 medium blues. While we're carrying the light blue with us, because we're going to need that right after these 3 mediums. Alright, so we're going to leave that there. And we need a baby blue here at the end. And then we're going to switch over to a background color. And we should have 3 background color and 1 green should finish off this row. Yep. There it is. Okay. Now let's switch over to our green. That at the end, and then make a slip stitch there. Alright, so that is row 28 and what it looks like. Let's mark off that row. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our first square in the third. Alright, and then we're going to switch over to the background color, and we're going to do 3 of those. There's 2. And 3. Alright, and then we need our medium blue while we bring up this light blue with us. So we need 3 medium blue. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And then we need our light blue. And we need 3 of those. one. Two. We're going to bring up this navy because we're going to need that later. And this is 3. And we're going to leave this behind, and now we need the yellow. We are needing 2 yellow next. And then we need our navy blue. And that yellow can go right there. Now we need 3 navy blues. And then, did I leave that? Oh, man. Alright. I apologize. We left that medium blue behind, and I need to go back and get it. Make sure we have that navy or that medium blue with us because we're going to need it right after these. Alright, so these are the 3 navy after the 2 yellow. And then now we need the medium blue. And we need 2 of those. And then we're going to switch off to our background color. And we are needing 3 background colors and 1 green, and that should finish off this row. Yep. And then slip stitch. And there is row 29. Alright, and let's mark that row off. And get ready for row 30. in row 30, you are going to be down to 20 squares. So we should have 20 squares in this row. Alright, and now we did our green, and now we're going to switch over to our background color, and we just need 2 of those. Alright, and then we need to switch to our medium blue. And we need 2 of those. And then we need our navy blue. And we need 3 navy blue. And then we're going to switch over to our yellow. We can leave that navy blue there because we're not going to need it the rest of this row. So we need 2 yellow. And then we need to switch over to our baby blue. Leaving this yellow there. We need 2 of the light blues. And then we're going to switch over to the medium blue. And we need 1 medium blue. And then back to the baby blue. And we need 1 of those. And then now we're going back to the medium blue, and we need 2 of those. Wait a minute. I still need this baby blue. The medium blue can be left here, bringing in the baby blue. We need 1 baby blue, and then we just need 2 background colors and 1 green, and that should finish off this row. There's our green to finish it off. We're going to slip stitch there. And there is row 30, and you should have 20 squares. Alright, so row 31. Chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in the third. And then we're going to start with the background color. We need 2 of those. And then we need to then we go to light blue, and then we're going to medium blue. So we need 1 light blue, 1 medium blue, and then we're going back to the light blue. And then back to the medium blue. So it's 1 light blue, 1 medium blue, 1 light blue. And that ends the light blues in this row. So, hang on a second. We're going to leave it behind. There we go. And now we're going over to the medium blue, and we need 3 medium blues. So there's 1. 2. And 3. So we are going to need the navy blue next, but we're bringing up this yellow along with it. Where are you? There you are. Now we don't need this yellow in this row, but we will need it in the next row. So I'm just bringing it up, and I'm leaving it behind there. And we are putting 5 navy blue in next. So there's 3. 4. And 5. And then we're going back to our medium blue. And we need 2 medium blues. I left that navy blue behind because we don't need it anymore in this row. And then we need to go back to our background color. And we need 2 of those and a green should finish off this row. There you have it. So that is row 31. Let's mark that off. And get ready for row 32. Alright, so chaining 1 and turning and starting our slip stitching, and then we'll start our square in that 3rd stitch with the green, and then we need to switch over to our background color, and we need 2 of those. And now we need to switch over to the medium blue, and we need 5 medium blues. So there's 1. 2. And let's bring up this navy blue with us here and bring it with us too, because we're going to need that later. So there's 3. 4. And 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and we are going to need this light blue clear over here. And we need 1 light blue, 1 yellow, 1 navy, 1 light, and then 1 medium. So the next 4 stitches we're putting 1 in, next 5 actually. We're putting 1 in. So here it is, 1 light blue, I'm going to bring up this yellow. I'm going to put this yellow right here. And this is the last time we're using this yellow, so we'll be cutting that off. Alright, so there's the yellow, and then we need the navy. So we'll put the navy blue here. And then we need the light blue again. But the navy can go away. So this navy blue can go away. And the yellow can, which we did. Now we need the light blue. So I need a light blue and then a medium blue. And then we need light blue. Yeah, the medium blue can stay there. We need 3 light blue. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And then we go on to the background color. And then we just need to, no, wait a minute, there's something wrong with that. Alright, so this is, alright, so I have to figure this out. Let's skip any stitches. And I will be back, and I'll be back. Alright, there was another mistake in the pattern. So this is row 32. This is how it should go. It is a green and 2 background colors, 4 medium blues, 1 light, 1 yellow, 1 navy, 1 light, 1 medium, and then 3 light colors, and then 2 background colors, and then a green at the end. That's how 32 should go. So I'm going to have to correct that pattern. Alright, so chain 1 and turn. And we are going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches for row 33 and start our square and a third and go over to our background color, and we are needing 3 of those. So there's 1, 2. Let's bring this light color up with us, because we're going to need it next. And this is 3. Alright, so here's green, here's this, and now here's our light. I'll try not to mess these up. Alright, so we need 1 light blue here. And then we need our medium blue. And so we need 2 of those. So 2 medium. And then we need our light color back. And we need another light color in here. Light blue. Alright. Try to keep these in order. We need the navy. By the way, I cut off the yellow because that was the last yellow. There will be no more yellow. So, I also cut that off. So here's the navy. And then we go back to our light blue again, which is right here. And we need 2 light blue. Alright, we're going to leave it behind there, and we need our medium blue. Okay, hang on a second. We should have left that navy behind. And I didn't, did I? Let's back up a minute. Okay, let's leave that navy behind and put 2 light blues in here. And then we're going to put the medium blue here, and leaving the light blue behind, we need 4 medium blues. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we just need the background color, and you only need 1 background color and 1 green, and that should finish off this row, leaving that medium blue right there. And there we go. So there is that. That is 33 rows, and that's what it should look like. All right. Let's mark that off. We're almost done with that navy blue too. We only got a couple more rows of that, and then we'll be able to cut that off. I love to start cutting colors off at the end. This means that's one less color I have to worry about watching. Alright. So we're going to slip stitch in the first two and start our square in the third. And then we're going to switch over to our background color, and we're only going to put one in one of those. Alright, and then we're going to the medium blue. And we are needing 3 medium blues. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Alright, keeping these in order. We need the light blue next. We just need 1 light blue right here. And then we're going to leave it behind. And then we need the navy blue next. And we need 2 of those. Alright, I'm leaving that behind and going back to our medium blue. I'm going to skip a stitch already. Hang on a second. We need, how many medium? We need 3 medium blues. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And then we're going to switch over to our background color. One, two, 3. And there's a problem again. Alright, so we've got, we said 1 green, 1 background color. And there should be 3 mediums and 1, oh, okay, I didn't do this right. I apologize. Okay, after this light color, we are going back to medium, and we need to put 1 medium in there first. So this is 1 medium right here. I missed that. So 1 green, 1 background. 3 mediums, 1 light, 1 medium. Now we're going to the dark, or the navy blue. And we need 2 of those. This might make a little better sense now. But now we're going to switch back over to the medium again. And then we're doing 3 medium. And then switching to the background color. We need 3 background colors, and a green should finish off this row then. Alright, so there is 34. Row 34 is complete. On to row 35. And in row 35, you should have 15 squares. So we're going to end up with 15 squares in this next row, row 35. So we are going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And start our square in that third with that green. And now we're going to go to the background color, and we need 2 of those. Okay, and then we need a light blue. Goodness gracious, we're bringing this light blue clear down here. So light blue right here. And then we're going to bring this medium blue up. And we're going to carry this light with us because we're going to need it again. So we need 2 medium blues right after this light blue. And then we're going to go back to the light blue and put a light blue in right here. We better keep that medium with us though. Alright. Now we're going to need the navy blue. And we need 1 navy blue. right here. And then go to the medium blue then. And one, two, one. Yeah, 2 medium blue. And then 2 light blue. And then we need to go to our medium blue again. And we should have 3 stitches left. We do. So we are going to do 1 medium, 1 background color, and 1 green to finish this off. Slip stitch, and there we have it. So that is row 35, and we have 15 squares, and we are done with that navy blue in this row, so we're going to cut it off, so we don't need to worry about that color anymore. Alright, and we're also going to mark off row 35. Alright, so now we are going to chain 1 and turn for 36. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in that 3rd stitch. And we need to go to our background color then, and we need 2 of those. 2 background colors. And as we come up here, I'm bringing this medium blue up so that I can have it next. Alright, so we need to switch over to the medium blue. And this baby blue will come with us. As we will need it after this. So, we need 4 of these medium blues. So there's 2. 3. and 4. Alright, and we are needing to switch over to the baby blue now. And we are just needing one baby blue here. And then go back to our medium blue. And we need 3 of those. Leaving that baby blue right there. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need 2 background colors and a green, and that should finish off this row. And slip stitch there. Alright, so now that is what row 36 looks like. Let's mark it off. Alright. So we're going to chain 1 and turn and start our first slip stitch in the first 2 and start our first square in the 3rd. And then we're going to switch over to the background color. And we only need 1 background color. And then we need the navy blue, or not, the baby blue, or the light blue. So we need 1 of those. And then we're going to bring up the medium blue. And we need 3 of those. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And then we're going to back over to the baby blue. And put 1 baby blue in. And then we're going to switch back over to the medium blue. And I'm going to leave that behind. We need 3 medium blues next. So there's 3. And then we're going to go over to our background color. And we need 2 of those. So 2 background colors and a green should finish off this row. And that is row 37. So looking good so far. Alright. Let's mark that off. You can see that these are going to start getting easier and easier now that it's getting smaller and smaller. Alright. So chain 1 and turn. We are down to 4 colors. So we're going from green to the background color, and we need 2 of those. And then we need the light blue over here. But we have this medium blue down here that we're going to also bring up with us, because we're going to need that. So we need 3 light blues. And then we're going to the medium blue. We're leaving that light blue behind right there. And we need 4 medium blues. Then it's 1 background color and 1 green, and that will finish off this row. Alright, and there is 38. So, let's mark that off. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 and start our green square and a third, as we have been doing. it looks like we're not going to need the background color at this end. We are going to need this light blue, though, all the way down here. So, I'm bringing up that background color and bringing it with me as well. And we need one baby blue here. Okay, and then we're going to the medium blue. And we need 3 of those. Now bring that baby blue with you because you're going to need it after this. We're just finishing up the flower. We're almost done with it. So now we're going to the baby blue. And I'm going to leave that medium blue there. We need 3 baby blue next. And then we're going to the background color. And we need 2 background color and a green, and that should finish off this row. And that is 39. So let's switch. Let's get that checked off. Now we're going to 40. In row 40, you're only going to have 10 squares. You should be down to 10. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 and start our square in the 3rd. And then we need 4 background colors. So there's 1. 2. I'm bringing up this baby blue because we're going to need that next. 3. And 4. And then we need the baby blue. And you just need 1 baby blue here. And 2 medium blues. And then a baby blue again. Hang on a second. Yeah, hang on a minute. We want to leave that medium blue behind. Oh, goodness. We're supposed to leave that behind, too. Hang on a second. Alright, I'm sorry. We are leaving this background color behind right here. And then putting in our baby blue. And then we need the medium blue and 2 of those. And back to the baby blue, leaving the medium blue behind. And then we're just going to put in the baby blue here and a green, and that will finish off this row. There we go. So that is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's 10. So we're going to chain 1 and turn for 41. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2. And then start our square in that third. And then switching over to the baby blue. We're going to put 3 baby blue in. I think this finishes off the flower. This is going to finish off the flower. So that medium blue we will not be using. Alright, 3 baby blue and switching over to the our background color, we need 4 of those. 4 and then a green, and that should finish it off. Yep. And switching over to our green. And slip stitch. And that is row 40, and you should have 9 there. So let's double check this. Yes, that is correct. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the medium blue because we are done with it. And we are also going to cut off the light blue. So those are done, and we're down to 2 different colors. 2 colors we're messing with now. So we're going to chain 1 and turn, and the rest of this is going to be so easy. Alright, so we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 and start our square in the third with the green. So now it's just green and the background color, 6 of those, and a green. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're just going to go to the green and put the green in. And slip stitch. And then chain 1 and turn for row 43. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 and start our square in that third stitch. And then go to our background color, and you should have 5 of those and a green, and that will finish off this row. So there's 4. And 5. And there's our green right here. Alright, we're kind of playing yarn chicken with this green. I'm interested to see if it's going to be enough. Alright, so we're slip stitching in the first 2 for 44. And then now we just need 4 of these background colors in between the greens. So there's 3. 4. Chain 1 and turn. Alright, and then we are going to put 3 in between the greens on row 45, and you should be down to 5 squares in this one. There's 3. We need to switch over to the green. Alright, 46. So we need 2 in between the greens. And then you'll be down to 4 squares. And then switching over to our green. Alright, chain 1 and turn for 47. That was 46. So 47, we are slip stitching in the first 2 stitches. Starting our square in the third, and now we are down, we're 47, so we only got 1 blue in here. So it's green, blue, green in this row. And this is the last time we're using the blue. 2. Slip stitch there. Cut off the blue. And chain 1 and turn. And now we're down to 2 squares in this row, and 48, and they're both green. So there's 1, and 2. Chain 1 and turn for the last one, and that's 49. We're slip stitching in the first 2 stitches, and here's our last stitch right here, because you only need 1 square, and it is green, of course, and there we have it. And now we can cut that off. And it looks like that I still have plenty of green left, so I was worried. Alright, that worked out. Okay. Let's look at our flower now that we've got it finished. This is the way it's supposed to go. This is the front, and then this is the back, but it really don't matter because it could be front or back. They both look they don't look exactly the same because the leaves are a little bit different, but they both look good. Alright, so I am going to tie my ends down, and then we will be back to put the border on this. Okay, so I've got our pansy ready to go. Right here it is. And then this is the front, and this is the back. But we want the back facing us, and I'm going to start here. This side, these two sides here are the longer sides, and the two bottom sides here are the shorter sides. So we're going to start at the top of the longer side. And we're going to start at the top here at the corner. And we're going to chain one and put 2 half double crochets in there. And then we're going to put a half double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to come down, and then we have 3 stitches on this section right here. So we're half double crocheting here. And then the next, you'll see 2 stitches. Now we're going to put a half double crochet in each one. And then when you come to here, you're going to see 3 stitches. So it's 2, 3, 2, 3, all the way down. By the end of this row, you should have anywhere from 58 to 59 stitches. So, I am going to finish mine, and I will meet you at the end of this row here. Alright, so we're at the other corner here, and we're going to put a half double crochet in this stitch, and then right here at the top we're going to do 2 half double crochets in there, and then we're going to chain 2 and 2 half double crochets, and that will create our corner. And so, like I said, you should have anywhere from 58 to 60 stitches. Now we're going to go down a short side. Alright, and so there is this stitch right here, as you can see, where we put all 3 stitches in. We're going to put 1 in there. Okay, then we have the double crochet, and we're going to put 2 around that. And then there's a space in between these 2 stitches, and you just want to put 1 in there, and then we're back to again 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to do that all the way down. And by the time that you get at the end of this row, you're going to have 48 to 50 stitches, somewhere around there. Then when you get to the corners, make sure that you do the 2 half double crochet, chain 2 and 2 half double crochet on the corners. And so I'm going to finish going all the way around my diamond, and you just do the other sides the same as what we did the last 2 sides. So you'll see the stitches. So I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, so we're at the very beginning again, and now we're going to chain 1, and in this corner we're going to put 2 half double crochets. Alright, and then in the front loop only, we're just going to half double crochet down the side in the front loop only. And then we are still doing 2 half double crochets, chain 2 and 2 half double crochets in the corners. So I'm going to do this round off camera, and I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, so we've got 2 rows. We're going to chain 1. We're going to turn this whole thing so that the front is facing you now. And in this corner here, we're going to put 3 single crochets in there. And then back loop only, we're just going to single crochet down the side using the back loop only. And you're going to do that all the way around, except for this time we're putting 3 single crochets in each corner. Okay, and I'm going to finish mine off camera. I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this pansy diamond. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.